Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Roy. Welcome to my channel, 40 and Broke, where we're all about getting out of debt, saving, investing, and getting our finances under control so we can live the life we've always dreamed of. So, what I want to do is I want to start a playlist about easy meals that you can do because meal prepping is one great way to save money. So, instead of going out to eat, you can cook at home. So what I want to do is put a few recipes down that I've been messing with, things that I've seen on YouTube or I found the recipes for, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to try that. I'm going to see how it comes out, and I'm going to video myself as I'm cooking it. So what I did with this recipe was it was beef tips and noodles with roasted Brussels sprouts. It turned out delicious. I mean, I amazed myself. I gotta say, I'm a pretty good cook. I enjoy cooking, and I thought this was pretty good. So, without further ado, here's the recipe for that. So what I have is a leftover half of a 3-pound roast. So we're looking at about 1.5 pounds of roast here. It's beef roast, obviously, and I've already trimmed all the fat off it, and I cut it into strips. So now I'm just cubing it up, getting it in the pan, getting ready to cut it up. Obviously, I do not care to make sure that they are perfect squares. But if you do care about that, then, you can get a ruler, cut it down. But me, I just cut it just cut her into pieces. So I'm gonna use a little bit of salt and pepper. I do not measure anything out. I just put everything to taste. So salt and pepper, and obviously the pepper was empty. So can't have that. And here we go. There's never too much pepper. So we got some garlic salt here. Add a little bit of garlic salt to taste. Some olive oil. That way it softens up the meat and doesn't allow it to stick. Even though these are non-stick pans, it just softens it up. Got some onion powder. Not a big fan of onions, but a little bit of powder, give it some taste. And this is just a steak seasoning that we got at Aldi's. It's actually pretty good. I think it's Aldi's. So put that on there, and I'm going to let that brown. And that olive oil, it helps it soften up the meat, gets it a little tender. That way it's not that burnt. Well, not burnt, but you get that brown, crispy, seared. That's the word I'm looking for, searing it. So now I'm getting ready to make the noodles. But that's I didn't measure the water, probably two-thirds of that pan, right around there. But I take some of these beef cubes, and that'll give the noodles some beef flavor. I put about 4 of them in there. 1 cube is equal to 1 cup, 8 ounces. So I didn't want too many cubes in there because they will add sodium to it, and they do have a little bit of a salty flavor. So I didn't want to add too much salty flavor to it. And the beef would already give it some beef flavor. That just adds to it. So there we've got the beef cooked down. Move this back out of your way. I'm going to start the gravy after I stir this up. Stir, stir, stir. Got to taste it. Excellent. Well, I'm a good cook. What can I say? So obviously I have humility also. So now this is my gravy. Now I did this recipe. I'd never done a recipe like this before, so I followed the recipe, and that called for garlic powder. I think it was 2 teaspoons. And there was 2 cups of water. Now the thing is, I'm not going to get too big into this because I did not care for this recipe. I think I put a teaspoon of onion powder in there. And then it called for Worcestershire. I don't even know how you can pronounce that stuff. I mean, I'm sure somebody out there can, but I sure can't. So that called for a teaspoon of that stuff. And I've never done a gravy recipe that did not have butter or milk as a roux with flour. This was the first one, and I mean, the gravy come out okay, but I think it's because I added that other can of beef gravy to it to offset it. But now I made a cornstarch slur, and this is where you can see that you can tell I'm a truck driver because I don't know how to add. There we obviously put 4 tablespoons in there, and oh, look at that, I said 3. So, and then I just put a little bit of water in that, and I stir it up, and I put it in with the gravy. Now I had that gravy on high, and that instantly thickened up as soon as I put it in there. You'll see like right here, I boom, turn it off, and I take it right off the heat because it thickened up so quick. So you might want to take it off the heat if you're going to make a gravy like that. Now, there I am just stirring like crazy, and put it back down on a little bit of medium high. A little salt, a lot of pepper, never too much pepper. So can't go wrong with black pepper there. And then stirring it up pretty good there. And, you know, I think here in a minute I'm about to taste it. So as soon as I get done stirring, stir, 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 stir. Yep. What am I doing here? I don't even know what I'm doing. So there we go. Okay, it's about time. Yeah, now I taste it. Yeah, oh, this tastes horrible. And then you can just barely see my wife coming in and saving the day, but she didn't want to be in the video. So I'm like, oh yeah, look, I got this can of gravy right here. Yeah, we'll just pour that in there. Yep. And of course my wife she don't think so, but she's an amazing cook, and right there, she fixed everything that was wrong with it, added the spices that it needed, and I don't remember what she put into it. Obviously, that can of gravy, but she saved the day. Pay no attention to the woman behind the curtain there because, just coming in and saving me. So I stir it up, and once that gravy hit that pan, what it did is it'll break all that up and get that beef flavoring. So I put those noodles in there. That was about half a bag. Like I said, I don't add things up. I don't measure nothing. Stir everything up, and well, that just adds flavor to the noodles there, adding that beef gravy there. And here's the Brussels sprouts. This was the creme de la creme here. So I took these Brussels sprouts. They were frozen, so I had to boil them for a second. So I'm putting my oven on high for the broiler. Then tin foil, because it makes cleanup so easy. And yeah, I do this so quick when I'm on ×2 speed. It just seemed to take longer while I was cooking. Maybe I should cook in ×2 speed. Get dinner done way quicker, that's for sure. Wife wouldn't be telling me, when's dinner? So there we go, we got those noodles. Now I cooked those al dente. I wanted them to be a little firm when you were, to taste. So that way, when I put the gravy in there, the gravy would soak into the noodle and it wouldn't be too soft. So I add, obviously, that's olive oil. That's a garlic and herb. I think we got that at Aldi also. And then, obviously, pepper and salt. Add a little bit of salt to that Brussels sprouts so that I could get that to boil quicker. So there's the gravy and the beet tips. They've been simmering in that gravy for a little bit. Dump that in there. Put that on a low heat so that can simmer and let that juice, that gravy soak into them noodles. I tell you, you can let it sit there and soak in a little bit, just simmer a little bit, get all that flavor into those noodles so that everything spreads in there. I tell you, that's what does it right there, giving it just that chance to sit and everything absorbs into each other. Amazing. So here I am just waiting, hands in my pocket. Come on, Brussels sprouts. Oh, look at that, they're done. Wow, things get done so much quicker when I can edit it. Thought the steam looked pretty cool, so I left that in there. that garlic and herb, I wasn't sure how it'd taste on these Brussels sprouts, but I tell you what, it was actually really good. So, oh, pay no attention to that. Just me dropping stuff. You know, a little olive oil on it. You can use butter for flavor, but I use olive oil because it's better for you. And then you want to coat it, so shake, 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 shake. Let it dance around on the pan. Little bit of salt, not too much. Pepper, never too much pepper. No such thing as too much pepper. And the garlic and herb. We'll try her out. And like I said, that was pretty good. Then I put it in the oven underneath that broiler on high. And I pulled them out. These are a little not quite as done as I normally would like, but they still come out really good. And this is my final product right here. It was absolutely delicious. So there you go. Broiled Brussels sprouts, beef tips and noodles. Giving it a big thumbs up from the Yan Man here, and absolutely delicious. Thanks for watching.